What used to be a grueling 6 to 10 hour journey by road is now a smooth 2-hour train ride from Vientiane to the UNESCO heritage town of Luang Prabang. The Laos-China Railway has completely rewritten how people travel through Laos since its launch in 2021. And while the trains are modern and high specs, the logistics surrounding a train journey, especially booking a ticket, are challenging. In this video, I will walk you through the entire process step by step, what the most exclusive business class experience actually delivers for your money. If you plan to travel on the LCR train, I do recommend watching the next section about the booking process. Let's start with the most complicated part of the journey, buying a ticket. Tickets can sell out very quickly, especially for business class seats. The train company publishes every day on Facebook ticket availabilities. And as you can see, the more premium seats are selling out fast. I downloaded the official LCR ticket app, but I couldn't even register. I'm not the only one experiencing such issues. The ratings on the Google App Stores are very negative. But I tried again for this video and it worked. So do try to sign up well ahead of your trip so you can be ready to buy your tickets as soon as the booking window opens. 3 types of trains operate on the LCR line. The slower second class only trains designated with the letter K, the faster Chinese trains with first and second class available to book 7 days in advance, and finally the C trains with 3 classes available to book 4 days ahead only. And if you thought that this digital purchasing experience is available 24 hours, let me apply the emergency brakes now. Tickets can only be purchased between 6:30 a.m. and 10 p.m. on the app. If you want to arrange your tickets before the booking window opens, use an online travel agency. But please be aware that some travel agents can overcharge quite badly, so choose wisely. Thankfully, I arrived in Vientiane by train a couple of days before my trip to Luang Prabang. And after getting my visa, the next thing I did was to buy my ticket for the LCR line while still at the train station. And 2 last points about the bookings. Make sure your passport details are correct when booking. It will be checked. And no seat selection is available. Let's go to Luang Prabang with the LCR train. I'm so glad I got my ticket for the business class. The LCR line was built as a greenfield project connecting cities in Laos such as Vientiane, Vang Vieng, Luang Prabang, as well as China. LCR stations are typically located well outside the city centers. For example, Vientiane LCR station is about 15 kilometers away from the city center. The most reliable and fastest way to get there is by using the Loca app. It's a ride-hailing service similar to Bolt or Uber. Except the drive from central Vientiane to take about 30 to 45 minutes depending on the traffic. And bear in mind you should arrive at the station about 45 minutes before your train journey. You can also take a bus from the city centre, just allow much more time. I think that the LCR website and app should provide more information on the transport options available to and from the stations. When you arrive, the station looks like a modern airport terminal. The station's theme is the city of sandalwood, reflecting the original meaning of Vientiane. The facade features tree-shaped pillars meant to evoke a tropical forest. Before you can enter the station, you must pass through an airport-style security. The security process and rules are similar to airports. And prohibited items are also similar to what you can find on airlines, so pack accordingly. There's a 20-kilo weight limit per passenger for bags on the faster trains. Again, the LCR website and app should provide more and easily accessible information on luggage rules, and this should be an easy fix. What's your experience with security at one of the LCR stations? Please leave your feedback in the comments. Once through security, you are in the waiting hall. It's spotless, functional, and vast, as designed for up to 2,500 passengers. There are a few outlets if you need something to eat or drink while you wait for your train. But if you fancy a good meal, well, have it in town or bring your own snacks before heading out to the station. As a business class passenger, I had access to a dedicated lounge. It's a quiet spot to relax, but there's no Wi-Fi, no charging points, and there was no running water in the restroom. On the other hand, I did get a decent coffee. Boarding typically opens around 20 to 30 minutes before departure. To start with, I missed the dedicated access for business class passenger. The QR code is scanned and your passport checked by the attendant. Now, time to get on board. The train is designed to run smoothly up to 160 km per hour. I would call it high speed, but compared to the 8 to 10 hours trip by road, it's fast enough for a short distance. And while the first class on the LCR train uses a 2x2 configuration, the business class is in a completely different league. The cabin features an ultra-spacious 2x1 layout with airline-style leather seats. The legroom is massive. The seat can shift from a standard upright position into a deep recline or fall completely flat into a bed. The padding on the seat is quite firm. Personally, I would prefer something softer. You also have dedicated power outlets, USB ports. Overall, it's a pretty good seat and a very comfortable cabin environment. The air conditioning was very pleasant. Unfortunately, there's no Wi-Fi on the train. This could be a good addition, as well as a rack for bags. Shortly after departure, the attendant distributed water bottles and also took passengers' orders for the drink service. The train is now running at 155 km per hour and the ride is very smooth and quiet. A quick note on the food on board. While a trolley cart and attendants pass through the train regularly, the offer is limited to snacks and drinks. There isn't a full service dining car, so don't expect anything substantial. A quirky detail about this train: you will find measurements for younger passengers in the vestibule. The reason is that reduced or free tickets for kids are not by age, by height. Let's visit the other sections. First class is in a 2x2 configuration with a decent legroom. Second class is in a 2x3 configuration. Like in business class, empty seats were available. As the train stops in Vang Vieng, many more passengers, especially groups, will board this train service van. But how do the fares compare? Let's have a quick overview of the different classes. The prices shown are for fares bought directly from the LCR app between Vientiane and Luang Prabang. And how often do you get to buy a train ticket for $1 million? The bar is rather compact, so better wait for the attendant to bring what's on offer to your seat. A bit of trivia about the LCR trains. Consumption of alcohol on board is prohibited. Can you guess which games are also banned? Please answer in the comments. After Vang Vieng, the terrain is more challenging. It's also more picturesque. but you'll come across many tunnels in that section. Exactly 2 hours and 8 minutes after leaving capital, the train glides into Luang Prabang station. So what's the final verdict? I think that business class provides a level of space, quietness and privacy that makes travel in Laos entirely effortless. Just don't expect any sparkling wines and fine dining. It's very much focused on the hard product. To me, the second class section is the LCR budget option, and first class is more similar to the level of comfort you will find in most second class. Business class, on the other hand, is the genuine premium option. Let's have a quick overview of the positive and negatives. On the positive side, the quality and speed of a ride is a game changer for transport in Laos, and passengers can choose between 3 classes according to their priorities. The LCR train is increasingly important transport for Laos and neighbouring countries, not just in terms of passengers, but freight trains as well. The extension of the line to Thailand, will open some new opportunities. On the negative side, I think that the short booking window is the main one, as well as the lack of information about the transfers to the stations, the back policies, and how to measure your ticket, as well as the absence of seat selection. The challenges with the booking app lets travel agencies apply overpriced tickets on their own rules. For example, all passengers pay the same price, including children, which is not the case, for LCR trains. And the refund policy or changes can be also more limited. So check that out. Overall, the LCR is a very successful transport project and offers more potential to travel in the region. It's also a great engineering achievement given the challenging nature of the terrain. I found that the business class was worth the extra spend, even if focus is on the hard product. LCR trains offer more potential for travel in the region, and addressing the shortcomings I mentioned can only reinforce the customer experience. My ratings for this trip is 3 out of 5 stars, and you will find my detailed ratings and more information in the notes section. When you exit the station, I do recommend taking one of the shared minivans to the city centre. You will benefit from a flat rate of 40,000 kps per person. You will find the shared minivan service on the lower level. You just pay at the kiosk that you will find on the same lower level, and then simply show the voucher to your driver. If you found the tips and information in this guide helpful, please feel free to give the video a like. And if you travelled on the LCR train, I'd love to hear about your experience. Please share your experience in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon for another video.